Alright guys, what's going on? It's been a little bit since I've had a video out, but I wanted to give a little reminder about the cold weather starting issue that is starting to arise on some people's bikes. Just to jog everybody's memory, what's going on with this. If you remember, I did have the issue with my bike. I have a couple videos where I was trying to diagnose the issue. I was working with the dealer to get it repaired, to figure out what was going on. I was one of the first ones that was really trying to discover what the issue truly was. And it ends up it's a big deal. I mean, it's not a serviceable item that you can do on your own, at least not most people can. But it is not a big deal as far as getting it diagnosed and getting it repaired via the warranty through the dealer. It's not really like going to show you anything in this video. It's just going to be more of me just talking about this. So I'm just going to kind of walk around the bike and maybe walk around the shop a little bit. It's kind of a disaster right now. I need to get it cleaned up. But anyway, what I'm talking about is the cold starting issue, where below certain temperatures, some people's bikes will not fire. They'll give a couple puffs and you'll hear some, like where it's trying to fire on light compression, but it just won't fire up. And I know some people are saying, oh, give it some throttle, oh, do this, check your battery, check your voltage. And some of those can resolve the issue if the issue isn't severe enough. If you crack the throttle a little bit, maybe dumping some extra fuel down the cylinder will up that compression slightly. Maybe if you have a stronger battery, it's going to crank it faster and give you slightly better compression. But here's the deal. These bikes have an automatic decompression release on the exhaust cam. What that does is on the compression stroke while you're cranking only, not run RPMs, but while you're cranking, that activates a little pin that just cracks open the exhaust valve on the compression stroke. Why does it have that? Because these are big thumpers, big 650 thumpers. They have a lot of compression on a relatively low amperage system, lightweight starter, lightweight battery. So they put that decompression in there to help the motor turn over faster instead of pushing against that compression stroke. Well, there is a spec, and I'm trying to remember what the spec is. I want to say it's between like 69 and 101 pounds of compression on cranking. And when I mean on cranking, I mean as the starter is pumping the engine over, you should have that much compression with that decompression valve, or Kawasaki calls them clackers, Kawasaki automatic release, compression release, Kawasaki automatic compression release, or just a decompression mechanism. So while you're cranking over the engine, it should crack that valve just enough to put it within that tolerance. Well, when my bike was having the issue, I had it diagnosed at the Kawasaki dealer. They were showing that my bike was only putting out about, I believe it was mid-50s. 57 is coming to mind. I'd have to go back and watch my other videos to confirm that. So mine would not start, say, below 25 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It didn't matter how much I had the battery charged, how much I played with the throttle. It would not start below that temperature range. Even between 25 and 30-ish, it would start, but it would struggle to start. So what Kawasaki did on mine, there's a couple different repairs. They can either take the exhaust cam out and completely replace it with the whole mechanism, or they can take that little pin that pushes down on the exhaust cam or exhaust valve as it's cranking, and basically keep that duration open, not as lengthy of a time. So long story short, there's a repair they do to the cam. The engine has to come apart. The valve cover, the cam has to come out, and either replace parts or grind down the pin, which a lot of people say they don't like, but it is what they did on mine. I believe they got the compression on mine up to like 97 pounds of cranking compression. Now, running compression is going to be way higher than that. I'd have to look the spec up to see what cranking compression is on these bikes, but it's going to be up there in the probably closer to the 200-pound range, probably 180 to 190 pounds of running compression. Cranking compression is just simply when the starter is turning the motor over. So then once it's up to a certain RPM, the cam is spinning fast enough, there's little counterweights that throw that pin and deactivate it, so it is no longer in play. So it is strictly for starting only. And that's it, guys. If your bike is under warranty and it's not starting in colder weather, get it to the dealer, have them look. I'm sure there's a service bulletin of some kind, and get it repaired. I mean, there's get-arounds to this, like others have said. Some are saying crack the throttle open, put a stronger battery in, and those are get-arounds, but in my opinion, it's only going to get worse. Cracking the throttle while you're cranking is just going to dump unnecessary fuel down your cylinders and could wash out your oil rings and what have you. The bike needs to work the way the bike is designed to work without get-arounds. In my opinion, it's only going to get worse. And let's say one day you're on a trip, temperatures drop overnight, you're up in the mountains, it dropped to 20 degrees. Next morning, now all of a sudden your bike won't start because it's excessively cold, and you were playing the get-around game, and now you're out of warranty. Now it's up to you to fix. So that's it, guys. If your bikes aren't starting when it's cold, that's what's going on. Get with your dealer. There should be service bulletins. They need to understand that it only does it at certain temperatures, so maybe they'll have to hold on to it until temperatures drop to those levels. But mine was pretty consistent on when it did it. So, and that's about it. I wanted to make this video short and sweet. Like I said, it's winter here in Ohio. It's not super cold today. It's like in the mid-30s. Got all my machines plugged into tenders. I just pulled the KLR out to do a quick video. Got the little Ninja here, charger on it. Got my wife's Scout, charger on it. Connie, and that workbench over there is a mess. I need to clean it up. Got the summer tires off the wife's car. Truck's ready to go for winter. So, just give it a little start to mine. Like I said, it's not that cold. It's in the 30s, but that's what the old girl sounds like. I haven't started up for a couple weeks. I've been on vacation, so let's see what she sounds like. Alright guys, well that's it. So like I said, make it short and sweet. Don't delay getting them repaired. You only got a year warranty. Get those bikes taken care of. You're at rattling on mine. I need to figure out what that is. I think it's my skid plate rattling after my last trip. That's it guys. Take her easy. Ride safe out there.